and the current #1 contender by the WBC, known to the boxing world as the Big Oaks Thunder, the new Tony TNT Tucker. He is wearing red trunks with black trim and hailing from London, England. He weighed in the same weight of 235 pounds, 16 stone, 11 pounds. His unblemished record includes 22 wins, no losses, 19 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the 1988 Olympic super heavyweight gold medalist and the first British heavyweight world champion of this century. Please welcome the defending WBC heavyweight champion of the world, LENNOX
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I'm here to enforce those rules from the state of Nevada in conjunction with the WBC. Give me a good, clean fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Shake hands. Good luck to both of you.
And here we go. Round 1 scheduled for 12 for the WBC Heavyweight Championship. Tony Tucker, the challenger in the white trunks. Lennox Lewis, the champion in the red with the white and black trim.
First thing you're struck with is the similarity of build and size. Looks like Tony's a little bit bigger.
And again, as we thought before, the chess match ensues.
Lennox Lewis told us he intends to be patient, that he'll move in if the opportunity presents itself. He did not indicate to us that he'll jump on Tucker from the start as he did against Ruddock, but don't rule it out. And there he goes with the right hand, but it missed, and a countering shot by Tony Tucker.
Well, Bobby, this is the final roundup.
Tony Tucker trying to press the attack. We've got two huge and good athletes fighting for the heavyweight championship.
Once again, landing two good shots to Tony Tucker instead of falling in and trying to pummel him in the corner, let him get out. So, you know, again, that lack of fire. He's not going anywhere. Lennox can come back even if he loses and have a big, long career. So this guy's got to let it all out here, Bobby. He's got to do more than this.
Well, yeah, Lennox is only 27. Tony's 34, so this could be the last hurrah.
More of a feeling out process than anything. And that is it. Round 2, Tucker said, if it goes the distance, I'll win decisively. But Lennox Lewis has other ideas.
Lennox came out using his jab, throwing a couple of right hands, pressed the attack, and then Tony turned tables a little bit, hit him with a couple of right hands, and they basically then leveled off and measured each other with no real action.
Lewis predicted he'd knock out Tucker.
Remember also we have two British judges here, Bobby, and that changes your viewpoint a little bit.
Right now, Tony seems to be a little stronger, a little more forceful, and Lennox is a little tentative. We talked about being in the big show. Is the pressure getting to him? We're going to find out as this fight unravels.
And how he handles the distance as he comes. You pointed out before the show.
Tony Tucker out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, 48-1, one no contest with 39 knockouts. The only loss, 12-round decision to Mike Tyson in '87, losing the IBF heavyweight title. Now you hear some boo birds here at the Thomas & Mack Center. They want more action.
Well, Tony Tucker's used to that because he fights some god-awfully dull fights, and he's got to pick this up if he's going to win a title or take him away from Lennox Lewis. On the other hand, Lennox is fighting a very, very cautious, almost boring fight.
Well, the start of this fight, certainly a vast difference from the Razor Ruddock fight back in October when Lewis finished him off early, his second. Oh, on the break. Lennox Lewis with a solid right.
And he came up underneath something that's very smart that normally a fighter with more experience would think of.
The only impressive one, and he hit it on just almost on the break.
Tucker trying to line up the right with the left jab as we head for the bell. And that is it for round 2.
All right, Pepe Cordero, confident that he won that round because of that one good shot. I think he did because nothing was happening until then.
Correa telling Lennox Lewis to knock him out. You're faster than him. Correa, who guided the career of Sugar Ray Leonard for many years.
Something else he told me, which was very important, back him up, keep him going backwards. Don't let his weight come into you.
Lennox in the attack for the first time. Oh, wait a minute.
Get a little carried away here.
Don't get involved, Jose. That was nothing for that. There was no reason for that.
Joe Cortez, who refereed the Lewis-Ruddock fight, having some words for Lennox.
Tony still maintaining that solid, quiet, placid behavior of his. He just doesn't get mad, and he doesn't come up with it.
Lennox intent on landing that right hand. You can see it. You can see him measuring with it. He's almost telegraphing it a little bit. And Tony, he's watching it. He's keen on it.
He's fighting from the waist up. His legs are just planted there like two cement piles.
Tony Tucker, who did not look overly impressive his last few fights leading up to this Lennox-Lewis bout, not showing the fire and desire so necessary. Couldn't finish people off when he had them in trouble. Past the midway mark of round 3.
Well, it's hard to turn into an aggressive fighter when you've never been an aggressive fighter. And that of course, is the rap here. How can he all of a sudden turn himself around to be something he's not? He's got to wait for rounds to go by and then hope to be wearing out and frustrate Lennox Lewis.
Neither fighter ever knocked down. Lennox Lewis undefeated, 22-0, 19 knockouts. Meanwhile, Tony Tucker, 48-1, 39 KO.
Something that's important too with these men, they're both 6'5". They will nullify. Whoa! Look at the right hand.
Tucker, first time in his career. He says to Joe Cortez, I'm all right 2 times, with under 30 seconds remaining in round 3.
Well, that's that overhand right that got Razor Ruddock in such trouble.
And another one landed clean in the temple.
Lewis trying to end it here in the 3rd.
Doesn't look particularly hurt, Bobby.
Well, what I was just going to say was they're both 6'5", and they can nullify each other's power a little bit by leaning, but Tony's not leaning out of the way.
And Lewis ended the round with a solid right hand.
Keep an eye on that devastating right hand of Lennox Lewis. He's waiting. There it is, and it is telegraphed all the way around. It looked like the Brooklyn Bridge. It just came all the way over, whoop, and there it went. Here it goes.
You see him leaning. He leans and takes it right over the top. And again, Tucker isn't leaning, isn't rolling with the punches. He's just standing straight up. You'll see Lennox regularly lean back, but not here, clean.
It spurs him to some action because he is now behind in this fight, and he's felt the sting of that right hand. Let's see if it changes the way he fights. He better get a little bit more aggressive is what he better get.
Round 4, Tony Tucker going down for the first time in his career in the previous round. And Lennox Lewis again on the attack. Big right missing by Lewis.
Now you see Tony leaning a lot, leaning on the rope, swinging, turning his shoulder.
He's fighting mostly a defensive fight instead of trying to fight some kind of offense. What he's just trying to do is keep this avalanche off of him, but if he doesn't fight offensively, he'll get knocked out by that avalanche.
Stacy McKinley, Tony Tucker's trainer, told us that over the last couple of weeks, Tony Tucker had some surprises up his sleeve, some tricks for Lennox Lewis.
I think pre-fight talk is just that, pre-fight talk. Because he's not moving, he throws a punch, and Lennox goes back. He doesn't follow it in. He just stays there, hammered into the canvas. He's got to follow it in. He's got to take the fight to Lennox Lewis.
Interesting with men this big, we haven't seen much body work. No one really wanted a chance going down into the big man's body.
The British fans in the background beginning their soccer-like singing and chanting. About 2,000 Brits have invaded Las Vegas at about $1,500 apiece. That's what it cost them, or 700 pounds. And they are making their presence felt. So is Tony Tucker here in this instance. And he's trying to drag Lewis down with him. That's a slip, obviously. No knockdown with 10 seconds remaining in round 4.
A little encouragement, at least, for Tony Tucker. He tried it. He tried to go in and do something, at least something.
And that is the end of round 4.
Let's take a look at that slip, which was just that. It was a slip and see. And then the referee comes in and tries to hold him up by an arm. Kind of sloppy, wasn't it, buddy?
Let's go.
Tony Tucker was knocked down in the 3rd round. We enter round 5, scheduled for 12. Lennox Lewis moving forward, stalking, pounding, and pushing. Lewis, an excellent all-around athlete. A fullback in football, a power forward in basketball, but just found that he excelled in boxing. Calls himself a Jekyll and Hyde personality, a very mild-mannered, elegant gentleman outside the ring, but you can see what he's like in the ring.
Tony's offering up a token jab, but he needs to put more together. 2, 3 jabs coming with a right hand, a hook. Do something to really get the momentum to swing in his favor.
And after the jab, follow in with a right hand, a hook. Move in with him. You know, I mean, move in. Get the fight going. Instead of stand back and look at your work. I mean, step in.
Not much offense from Tucker, the challenger.
Low blow warning.
There's a right hand by Lewis. That left just missing.
And Tony tried to slip in a nice little right hand there, missed, and he looked at the corner saying, well, I gave it a shot, but I missed. I mean, Tony's got to get some kind of hurt on Lennox Lewis, or else it's just going to be a field day here.
You get the feeling that it's just a matter of time. Right off the top of Tucker's head there.
There you go. There you go. Now he's going. Now Tony at least manifesting some aggression.
The best action by Tucker at the bell of the fifth.
All right, let's take a look at Lewis's action. Now, the right hand on the top of the head, that was the punch that hit him before and dropped him, but it was too high. It was no good. Then, all of a sudden, Tucker comes alive, and he's just what we were saying. He's got to come 2 or 3 punches, step forward, step in there, carry the action to him. And he did that, but just as the bell. And then the bell sounded, he got in a couple of good little shots.
Round 6. Tony Tucker coming up with some offense in the closing seconds of round 5 for the first time in the fight. This is for the WBC heavyweight title.
In Tony's corner, they were telling him he can't take the movement. When you're slipping, you're weaving your head, moving, he doesn't take to the angles very well. There's some footwork that we heard about.
Yeah, we finally got off his planted on the ground there, and he started to move a little bit. If he could just carry that forward, and, you know, and he was doing good at the very end there. He was.
Can he pick up where he left off? So far not, but we're just seeing a lot of dancing around by Tucker.
Lennox Lewis is missing a lot of right hands over the top. Tony's watching him. They're coming over the top. He needs to straighten it out a little bit, maybe rip it up or go to the body room.
Lewis looks like he's toying with Tucker. Has his hands down low.
His hands are very low. I mean, he's almost just playing with him, like saying, you can't get to me before I'm gone. See, all he does is step back a little bit and he's gone.
And then he flicks out that jab that made contact to Tucker's forehead. And now some fancy footwork by Lewis. A little hip swivel movement too. A totally confident Lennox Lewis, the champion, having his way with Tony Tucker.
Right now, there's just 2 big heavyweights going through the motion here. We're not seeing a great heavyweight championship fight at all.
I think right now the speed that Lennox Lewis possesses is taking probably the edge for him regularly because he's always there first. He's able to out-lean Tony Tucker's slower jab. And, you know, he has a better attitude. He's coming forward more. He's pressing the fight. And that's the win this game.
Definitely is. He's winning. He doesn't see any reason to change. If the opportunity comes, he'll drop him. And if not, he'll go like this for 12 rounds and win.
But right now, Lewis is the lesser of the 2 evils. Under 20 seconds remaining in the 6th.
What was that?
Oh, break out, please. Break out, please. Break out.
Final seconds of the 6th. I believe that was the best assault of the night, but it was all verbal. And from the mouth of Pepe Correa in the Lennox Lewis corner. He said, double jab, back him up, and the rest is not for a family show.
No, what he said that was right is this is not a counter-punching fight.
Well, let's see if Lewis heeds the advice and moves forward. And there's a good right hand by Lennox Lewis.
I'll tell you what, that's a little bit difficult there because I think he was trying to throw a little hook, and Tony just leaned in and his hand went behind his head.
Yeah, I don't think. As I say, Cortez getting a little bored and he gets involved too much in the fight.
Lewis here looking to extend his glove, and Tucker refusing to touch. Right hand, but a glancing blow by Lewis.
something Pepper Correa also said to Lewis, to dig up that body, start to break that body up. And I'll tell you what, he's going to the head, but he's not going to the body at all.
Wicked right, hooked by Lewis. Is another one, but back comes Tucker with the combination.
Finally, some fight in Tucker.
Beautiful right uppercut by Lewis there. Tucker showing a good chin.
Halfway through the 7th round. A lot of people didn't think it would be going this long.
Now Tony putting his hands down, getting a little cocky.
Or a little tired. Or a little frustrated.
They could all apply. Well, the round started out good. We had some action. Tony Tucker getting hit with good shots, coming right back.
You see, I mean, these guys straight command. They're champions. Up to now, Lennox Lewis has done very well, except in this fight, he hasn't. He's been looking to counterpunch and making it a dull fight. Instead of an exciting fight where he makes himself the champion of the world, he's just going on a so-so performance here.
Tony Tucker, the challenger, disappointing for the most part. Final seconds of round 7.
More of a slip. I don't think that was something that anybody should be concerned about.
No, nothing. That was a slip.
As we head for the bell.
Give me combinations, baby. Finish with your hook the next time. You got the guy ready to go, but you got to finish with your hook. Put more pressure on him with combinations, right? You are quicker than his. Don't you understand that you're quicker than his? You're much faster than his. Anything you want to do with the double jab, you can put the right hand here and the hook.
Something offensively, and it's got to be important, and it's got to be significant, or else this guy's just going to continue. Lennox will eat him up all night long, and he will retain his championship, which he has with no trouble.
Perhaps Pepe Correa is upset because his prediction of a 5th-round knockout has long gone. But urging Lewis on to throw combinations. You're faster than Tucker. Double up on the jabs. And he has been urging Lewis on in that fashion for the last few rounds.
Well, Tucker, on his part, is not seizing the situation and trying to take this heavyweight championship, which was presented to him as a gift. At the end of his life, boxing life, they have given him a golden opportunity, and he's not fighting like he appreciates it, because he should be trying to walk right through Lennox Lewis. It's him or me. When you get to this stage in your life, let it all fly.
Lennox Lewis right now can see Tony Tucker so easy, and by that I mean he knows what he's doing. He can see it ahead of time. He's reacting to it appropriately.
Tony Tucker valiant in defeat against Mike Tyson 6 years ago when he fought Tyson, lost the decision, but fought it with a right hand that was broken in 3 places. But right now, having his difficulty with no physical handicap against the champion Lewis.
See, now he lands a good jab. He doesn't follow it with anything. He walks into a right hand.
Nice right hand by Lennox Lewis. He walked into it because he was so lazy. Tony Tucker was so lazy throwing that jab. He got so convinced he could throw it without the right hand. Now he throws the right hand back, and he's fighting back.
Maybe the best punch of the night by Tucker, that lunging right. Now combinations by Tucker.
Now push him off and go right in with him. That's it.
This is what he's got to do. He's got to finish him off. Tony Tucker unloading. Tony Tucker to the head of Lewis, and Lewis just standing there.
But Lewis hurt. That is it. Is he hurt, or is he setting a trap for him? That's something we got to know. I think he wanted a slugfest. Now he's got it.
Lewis may have been playing possum. What a right hand by Lewis.
Now
Tucker's hurt.
Now that's heavyweight action. And Tucker's holding on.
Tucker may be ready to go. Hanging on is Tony Tucker.
And he got a good elbow in the back of the head for his troubles, did Tony Tucker, but live good action.
And there's the bell.
Tucker's out.
Oh,
look at his legs.
Look at his leg.
Oh, is he wobbly?
You did. No, you did. Tony, you ran them shots. How you feeling? Deep breath. You ran them shots. Then you stop in front of the guy and relax.
Let's take a look at where he got him in trouble now. Tucker's been fighting back. All this time, Tucker was taking command and looking like he was going to take command of this whole fight. And like a fox, there was Lennox just waiting. Said, here is the shot that I'm waiting for.
I think Lennox was covering very well. He comes up out of that. And there you go again. He's coming up out of it, and this is a big right hand. He gets hit with an elbow in the back of the head. I I mean, he's throwing whatever he can.
Bobby, again, well, we keep saying, follow the fighter in with your punch. Don't just stand there.
Round 9. Lewis all over Tucker, and Tucker goes down. The second knockdown.
Tucker looking very weary, more than hurt. He looks weary.
His legs aren't there. This fight is going to be very, very difficult to continue past the round.
Lots of time remaining in the 9th round. 2.5 minutes. Lewis trying to end it right here. Oh, what a left hand by Lewis.
Tucker trying to fight back. He just doesn't have it in his body to come back with it. He's just sitting waiting for the assault. Boy, look at that right hand by LENNOX.
Just as Tucker in the last round started to get some offense together, it appeared as if Lewis set a trap, and it worked perfectly.
Tucker may have sped himself as Lewis came back at the end of that 8th round.
Tucker is just barely there by just a thread. So Lennox Lewis has tried manfully to get him down. Let's see if he can finish this. Plenty of time for Lennox Lewis to do the job.
Lewis looking for that one punch to end it.
Tony is just kind of waiting for the assault, just listening to that second tick by on the clock, hoping to get past. Oh, 2 nice little shots.
Does Tucker have it in the reserve to come back?
A nice right-handed hook, but is Lennox Lewis setting another trap? You can't tell. This could be a very cagey, inexperienced champion.
He's setting his trap. It's kind of stupid when you got a big guy there that can bang you. He's just kind of letting him take a shot, which is kind of dumb. Of course, that's how he got him in trouble the last time. Let him get brave and then punched his head off.
Interesting, because Tucker's saying he's the one with the experience. Tucker with a right cross.
There's nothing on Tucker's punches, though. Nothing. Into a good heavyweight championship fight with both men trying to get the advantage rather than that chess game we were watching.
Lennox Lewis is looking to load up on one right hand.
That's it.
There's the hook.
That's what he's looking for, Bobby. Just that one zipping punch that'll change him around, turn his legs to jelly.
He's sitting on it, too. You can see him. He's starting to lean back, starting to cock it. He's looking to take that right over the top. And right now, he's risking taking right hands.
Back comes Tucker. But Lewis again taunting. That is it for the 9th round.
Give Tucker credit for guts.
Give me that goddamn one. This round, you stay outside and you use the jab. You got me? Use the jab on me. Come on. Give me the jab this round. Give me the jab. Give me that face. Stay with the left jab. Got it? Jab down, get your shoulder. Down. Yeah, look here. I told you if he started punching the top, right? Do that.
Well, Pepic apparently has his worries because he said this round, just jab him. Instead of saying, hey, go in there and finish this guy off, you just let him off the hook. He just said, just keep jabbing him. Apparently, he's very happy that he's way ahead and happy to take a decision. We've been waiting for Tucker to make his move, his do-or-die move he said he was going to make, and he sure made it that last round. He sucked it up from someplace because he was in deep trouble, and he came on and he was punishing the champion toward the end of that round, so you got to give Tony a lot of credit for that round.
Lennox Lewis right now does not appear to be the fresher of the two.
Hey, I mean, maybe he's willing to waste a round that way.
There's a right hand by Tucker. That's what I meant. Lewis in danger. At times of going down. In the heavyweight division more than any other, one punch can do it.
Yeah, I don't think you want to change what got you there. I mean, once you're already beating the other guy, you're beating him well, you start being cautious. Now, look at this. Look at the attack by Tony Tucker.
That's what I'm talking about.
Once again, you see Lennox Lewis now getting hit much more than he had earlier. Maybe that energy is real important at this point. Again, uncharted territories after this round.
He's backing Lewis up. Lewis comes back with a right.
Something we talked about earlier with experience. He hasn't been in the late rounds, and he loaded up with every shot when he had Tucker hurt, instead of some combinations and landing the big one late.
Tucker feels that at times Lewis makes amateur mistakes. The inexperience really works against Lennox Lewis.
Well, Tony is sucking it up. He wants his championship. He's coming after it. He's taking a good little beating, and he's still there, and he's still dangerous, is Tony Tucker.
We approach 20 seconds left in the 10th round. The crowd getting behind the underdog, Tony Tucker.
Be interesting to see what Cordero has to tell him now. That advice cost him a round.
Final seconds of round number 10.
Rally by Tucker. This tired old man that's out there trying to win a heavyweight championship, and boy, he's giving it a go now. Lennox Lewis gets cautious. Try the coast. Boy, it's big problems. He's got to take command again.
It's pretty obvious what Tony Tucker needs here. He's been to the canvas on 2 occasions. Knocked down for the first time in his career. But Tony Tucker coming on stronger later here in the fight.
Running into a right hand and a left hook. Again, he's coming in, but Lennox Lewis seems to be slightly revived.
Well, I think that's what they did. They took that round off, and they said, okay, go back to the attack. Because he was getting weary.
Lennox Lewis has never been to the 11th round. So you talk about uncharted waters, and again, we harken back to the 2 judges from Great Britain if this goes to the cards.
That's what Tony Tucker should have been doing. They didn't land much, but boy, the breeze from him was hurting Lennox Lewis. At least he's punching 4 and 5 at a time. That's what he's got to do. He's got to take command. This title is there. Yeah, but Tony's getting old too, Bobby, and he hadn't had a peaceful life. Remember, he's had a pretty strange and wild life, so you don't figure he's going to be strong at the end. You figure the young man's going to be strong at the end.
Tucker's been to the 11th round 4 times with a record of 3-1. But Tucker bouncing back after the drug problems, managerial problems, all kinds of personal problems, 2-year layoff, 14-0, 10 knockouts since the layoff. He did question the caliber of opponents, though, during that comeback. But this is his chance to redeem himself, to win the title.
And he's just not following in like he did before.
Lewis slipping.
His foot went right out of the ring, down to a knee. No punches landed, just one of those tributes to fatigue, not paying attention, not being sharp about where his feet are.
Final 30 seconds of round 11. Rodney's speech at Lennox Lewis, he said, you've led him back to the fight. Don't forget, this is Don King country. Round 12 as they touch gloves.
That's about as plain as it can be.
It's Don King country with 2 English judges.
Sure, that Tony Tucker said at the outset that doesn't trouble him.
Isn't that somewhat of an oxymoron?
What you call it? Lennox Lewis trying to hold on to the championship. Tony Tucker trying to take it away. Tucker needing a knockout.
Even though Lennox Lewis is the champion, and by most expert opinions, obviously by the odds, the better fighter, that experience that Tony Tucker's had earlier in his career may be helping him right now in the fight in the corner. And Pepe Correa wanted him to stay on target, stay in line.
He justified his title shot, I'll say that. He fought hard. He went heavyweight champion, which is aggressiveness and the desire to get in there and get it no matter what.
Against Riddick Bowe, you're saying this wouldn't cut it?
Oh, it would not with Riddick Bowe. Off of this, I don't think Lennox increased his popularity a great deal.
Or his stock.
No.
Final seconds of the fight. There it is. That is it. Lennox Lewis raising his hands in triumph.
Judge at ringside, Mickey Van scores about 118-111. Jerry Roth scores about 117-111. Judge Harry Gibbs scores about 116-112. All 3 in favor of the winner and still heavyweight champion.